Dave's Garage. This is my first battle report. Now my battle reports are going to be tales of my adventures while I'm trooping, which is wearing your full costume in general public. For my first troop I went to the San Diego 2007 Comic Con, and it was a truly amazing experience, something I'll never ever forget. I met some absolutely amazing people and I had just a great time. So I thought I'd let you know how the armor stood up to its first wearing for almost a half a day, and you know what my experiences are like, and also put some photographs for you to view. So for the armor itself, it stood up really well. It was quite comfortable, though my movement was limited. Now before, I've only worn it for like 10 or 20 minutes inside my house. And on Friday I wore it in the afternoon for about 4.5 hours, and I went on a troop around the exhibit hall with my friend Kevin, who is a Shadow Scout. He has a black Scout uniform, which is really sick, and you'll get to see some pictures of that in a minute. But my armor, it really did a great job. The couple of problems that I did have with it was, one, the fan at the back of the helmet really wasn't blowing on me and keeping me cool. What it was doing was blowing on my neck piece, so I'm going to have to rearrange that fan. But fortunately the fan which is in the front of the helmet did a great job of keeping my lenses clear and my face cool. Also the holes in the mouthpiece, I'm pretty sure helped. I do have the bubble vision in there, the bubble lenses. I am changing those out for some flat lenses. The bubble vision, after a while I got used to it and it didn't really bother me, but I did notice at the end of the day that my eyes were a little strained, and I can only put that down to the bubble lenses. But apart from that, the helmet did a great job, though right at the end of the day, as I took my helmet off, my little earpiece here popped right off. So I'm going to make sure I put some more glue on that, and I would recommend before you go out in your uniform or your armor for a long time, you just double check everything and make sure it's securely on there, because you don't want to lose any pieces, especially something like this. Now my boots, they were really comfortable. These are the Kaboots. Had no problems with them. I have put in an extra inner sole, but it's not a very thick one, and they were comfortable all day, so they did a good job. My sound system worked great, though I didn't really use the static burst button very much, though the other sounds that I did put on my my abs were quite entertaining at times, but everybody could hear me pretty well. I did find a use for the O2 tank. Now you may have seen in one of my previous episodes that I have the capacity to open and close my O2 tank, and what I used this for was to store my disposable camera, and it worked great. It was very easy putting it in and taking it out, and I used it through the whole day. Definitely take a cam with you when you go out trooping. My gun, I had a problem with the fact that it wasn't easy enough to be able to slide it in and out, and when I wanted to take my helmet off or free my hands, it was quite difficult sometimes, because you can't see where you're putting it, to put it back in its holster. So I'm going to change that a little bit to make it easier. My armor I took down to San Diego in this tote, and it fits in there quite well. What I did was I kept the packaging from the armor when it came in its original box, and I put in my armor, put a piece of the packaging on, another piece of armor, another piece of packaging, and it arrived there safely and securely. So just thought I'd let you know how to transport your armor. The armor itself Was comfortable, nothing pinched, I didn't have any scratches or anything at the end of the day. My front and back chest pieces did pop off once on each side, so I'm going to put a button on those, a snap, so that doesn't happen. Also, the thigh pieces on each side did come apart once on each side, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a thicker piece of Velcro down the back to give it some more strength. But apart from that, the gloves and the sleeves and the shoulders, the abs, shin pieces, everything was fine. It was comfortable, and though I did notice that movement was limited, and I'm going to work on that in the future, possibly by making the hole at the back of the knee a little larger to be able to walk up and down stairs would be really cool. Now, when Kevin and I went on our troop through the exhibit hall, we were really lucky that we had Kevin's wife there, Tanya, and she was invaluable throughout the day. She helped us get a drink when I needed, she kept us supplied with water, kept us supplied with cool drinks, and helped guide us through some of the exhibit hall. I mean, there was a lot of people there, and in some situations when we stopped to take a photograph with one person, we'd be surrounded by 10 or 20 other people who wanted photographs. And I don't think the general public realizes how difficult it is to see and hear with your helmet on. Having somebody there to help you who's not in uniform really did help make sure that everybody who wanted a photograph with us got a photograph with us, and helped just helped us in general. And I can't say a big enough thank you to Tanya for helping us through that day. And I would highly recommend it if you're going out into a large crowd. Always take somebody with you if you have that possibility of doing so. It really did help. One of the things that I picked up while I was at the Comic-Con was actually something I definitely wanted to pick up while I was there, was this pink droid. This pink droid is R2-KT, and it is dedicated in the memory of Katie Johnson. And Katie Johnson's the daughter of Albin Johnson, who Katie unfortunately passed away. But one of her wishes was to have a pink R2 unit, and you'll see a photograph of it later on in this episode. The money raised from this, Hasbro and Lucasfilms donated $100,000 to Make-A-Wish Foundation, and you can pick one of these up at Hasbro.com, and it's for a good cause. And I thought you should know about it, but that was one of the greatest things that I saw and picked up while I was at the Comic-Con. So here are a few pictures of Kevin and I as we did our troop around the exhibit hall at the 2007 Comic-Con. So what did I learn from my first experience trooping? Well, one is make sure your uniform is secure. Always carry a camera with you. If you can, make sure you have somebody there not in uniform to help you. That was probably one of the most invaluable things that I had through the day, was somebody there helping me if I needed it. Have patience. And have fun. I mean, it was a really fun day. Something that I will never forget. The people that I met were just fantastic, and something that I'm looking forward to doing again. So, till my next battle report, take care and I'll see you then.